All right. I guess I should pull up the intro because I don't have this one as memorized as I had the last one.
Rotunda and Zotz are here for cats.
All right, great. Let's do it. Hello, friends and fiends. Welcome to Bugs Need Heroes, the podcast about insect superpowers. Each episode, an artist and an entomologist team up to illustrate the inspiring abilities of insects by creating bug-themed superheroes. I'm Amanda.
I'm Kelly.
Producer Derek and Rotunda and Desdemona and Zotz, Camazotz, I should use everyone's full names today, are also here. Before we get started creating this bug-inspired hero, what's bugging you, Kelly?
Oh,
I don't know why I'm so accusatory in the intro.
That was very accusatory.
I'm feeling accused. J'accuse!
J'accuse. Now I'm afraid to answer.
What's bothering you, Kelly?
I don't know. We're getting like, it's almost Thanksgiving. I know we release pods like way later, so I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving after listening to this episode.
We are talking to you from the past.
From the past. So I'm just looking forward to a little bit of a break. I have on Tuesday my students. So last week I talked about agriculture and environmental impacts and the policy of kind of how all this works for a course that I teach. And at the end of it, we talked about alternative protein sources because feeding livestock is very expensive and energy costly and space costly, and manure pools are a thing. There's like it's a whole, you know.
You're a lot of talk about methane gas.
Methane. Time. Yeah. So we do have options for other sources of protein, and I'll be bringing some in for my students to try and compare to like regular protein sources. So I've got
what are you thinking?
So I've got some regular, beef jerky sticks and soy. So they make soy jerky. I have no idea what the texture of that is going to be like. I have I brought cricket meal cookies.
Yes, that's a classic. The cricket flour, I feel, has made more of an impact than anything else because it's kind of one of those broccoli in the sauce things where you can kind of sneak it in.
Well, insects have, pound for pound are little protein machines, much higher levels than any large herbivore we consume. What else did I get? Oh, I got barbecue flavored actual crickets.
Oh, so is it the whole cricket, but they've been dusted?
They've been dusted, fried and dusted. Yeah.
I'd try that one. I'd try that one. Yeah. I like a barbecue flavor.
I think it's just fun to like broaden your horizons a little bit. And I've got ant sauce that I tried.
Yeah.
And we can compare it to like regular soy sauce and how does that taste. And but yeah, just doing it's the Tuesday before break. My students will be done. It's their last day before Thanksgiving break. Yeah. And so I'm like, let's do something fun. And we'll talk about the energy and water and all the expenditures for these sort of alternate sources.
Interested. I know we talk about bug food a lot here. But if there is someone who knows the history of when Western cultures stopped eating bugs, that would be really interesting to me. Because like a lot of our cuisine influence is very English, right? Just because of the history of the United States, speaking as an American. And they're just, I don't know what the edible bug population of...
They may just have not done it.
They just may not. It may not be worth it, right? Because it's kind of cold and rainy and junk.
Yeah. Well, and also generally in cultures where you see lots of arthropod eating, sometimes it's like large things like tarantulas.
Yeah, exactly. It just might not have anything big enough that's worth the time, I guess. If it's not going to be a whole meal, I don't want to bother with it.
Although in Mexico, they do grasshopper tacos, and the grasshoppers aren't huge. They're kind of like what you would picture. So, South Americans were eating insects for probably forever.
Yeah, but I just wonder where and if there's a split somewhere, and I don't know anything about what native cultures to the Americas ate. I mean, you just mentioned some native cultures eating grasshoppers, but I don't know about more in the continental U.S. I'd be interested in it. Because, like, I
I
know
don't
that
know.
lobster wasn't popular for a long time. Lobster was seen as, like, poor people food. And I wonder if that's directly connected to, like, oh, it looks gross, therefore it is gross. And if that has an influence. And then at
Yeah, I
some
don't
point
know.
someone was like, but what if you poured a bunch of butter on it? And people were like, oh, actually? Now that you mention it, delicious. And I don't know if crabs ever went through that or if shrimp ever went through that. But those are also very they're crustaceans, right? They're very hard
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
outside, gooey on the
Yeah.
inside. So,
Well, if you happen to be a historian on
it's a
food, on
food
eating insects, and
historian.
you want to come on the show, please contact us.
Yeah,
We're
I'd
ready and
love to know more
waiting.
about that.
Maybe I'll try to hunt someone down and like cold call them.
Yeah,
Please come on the show.
I'll speak to them as a useless history degree to useless history degree. My art history meets your food history, and may we meet.
Maybe be best friends. What's bugging you about anything?
Oh, not much. It was my birthday this month. Since we spoke
Happy
last, I had a
birthday.
birthday. 1 year older and wiser too. We went and did an escape room. Producer Derek was also there. It was Revolutionary War
Fun.
themed, which, if you don't know this about me, I was super into the Revolutionary War in high school. It like became like a little bit of a hyperfixation for me.
Oh,
Um,
I did not know this about
oh
you,
yes, I'm
and I love
sorry. And
it.
that turned into me going to Civil War reenactments because there's not as many Revolutionary War reenactments, but there are a lot of Civil War reenactments.
Mm.
And then I was like super into that for a while. Um, I just really like history. I just really like history, and people find it so boring. I'm like, how can you find this boring? It's so cool. But I understand that I'm in the minority about that. You may know the feeling being a bug person, being like a mosquito researcher. You may know what it's like to be like, this is cool, and have people go, ew, oh,
Lots of
suck.
ooze. Yeah.
I simply won't engage. But it was fun. Some of my previous knowledge came into effect, but not much. I think 2 clues. And those 2 clues were also like readily available in the escape room because you're a bad escape room if you don't
Oh,
have all the clues in the room with you.
yeah.
It
How
was
long
fun
did
though.
it take you to break out?
Well, we got super delayed at one point because of me. Because of me, I will fully take the barrage on this. In that they had like a coat that was a clue, but I put the coat on right away because I was like, hee hee, I'm wearing the coat, you know. But the clue was the buttons of the coat, and I had people look over. I was like, is there something on the coat? Like, is there something written on the back? We checked all the pockets, we checked the lining of the coat, but I didn't check the buttons of the coat, and that was what the clue was. So we got a little bit hung up on that, but we did make it in the hour time. I think we had like 10 to 15 minutes left, but I'm not positive on that. But it was fun. I had a
That
lot of
sounds
fun.
like a good time. Did you get like an amazing gift from your children from
From
Cody?
my children, I got a book of origami paper accompanied with like how to do origami,
Oh,
uh,
cool.
which is
They want
something
you to
my
make them little things.
they always want me to make little things. My oldest brings me scrap paper. It's like, for your projects. I'm like, thank you. Have you ever seen me use a tiny piece of paper for my project? But it's fine. Um, but I am very much a maker, right? I draw, I crochet, I paint. I
Yeah.
do all those things. So it makes perfect sense that they'd be like, Mom likes paper. Mom likes making things. Let's give her a bunch of origami. I haven't done origami since I was working at a school because I don't know if you know this, but like 6 to 12-year-olds love origami. So it'll be fun, and we'll make some stuff together. I
Fun.
think I think
Yeah.
my oldest will be into it. He likes that sort of like follow the steps, follow the Legos, follow the
Mm-hmm,
puzzle.
hmm.
So it'll be fun. I think we'll make some cranes, make some. I like the frogs that hop. I've made a couple of those in my time. So and we'll see what else the book has to offer us. It'll be fun. I could never make those. Did you make those in the 90s? Those
Oh,
like
yeah, the
dream
little
catcher.
like well, like the little messages in them, and then you
Yes,
make a game out
the
of
little
it.
fortune tellers are like, you're gonna marry um Uncle Jesse from Full House. Trying to think of a 90s
God.
reference. But no, it was fun. I had fun. It was my birthday. It's cold.
Mine
It's
is
wet. It's rainy.
Fox Mulder from X-Files,
Okay, yeah, fair,
or
fair, fair.
Dana Scully.
I always
Either
forget his
of
first
them
name's
would marry
Fox.
either.
Oh yeah, yeah. Smoke shows happening in every direction on the X Files, like The Mummy. Also, another
I've,
'90s hit where I'm like, why is everyone in this movie so attractive?
I've started my millionth rewatch of the X-Files recently,
Oh
and
yeah.
I love it so much. Yeah, It's my
It's
comfort
crazy.
show.
It's crazy how quick the body horror comes up in that show. It's like
Very
immediate.
fast. It's like
You're like,
episode
oh, we're investigating crimes. Ha ha. You think it's aliens. I think it's people. Ha ha. Oh no, body horror. And you're like, oh, okay. Sorry, Scully.
3. We don't
Sorry
don't
about
have
that.
any body horror involved with today's
No.
bug, unfortunately.
We've done once again the thing where I've been kept in the dark so that my
You don't know what the
reactions-
bug is today, right?
I have only the vaguest, I don't know, genre isn't the right word, but but like the most vague, like this is the grouping. So I know
Idea?
nothing more than this. Yes, a vague sort of, this is the idea of what we're doing.
Well, today, Amanda, we are covering the humble stink bug.
A stinky boy.
A stinky boy, also called a shield bug. Some folks may have heard them referred because their bodies are kind of shield shaped.
Yeah, they got that. So we talked a little bit, only very briefly, on an appearance on a local news station, you and I, about
Oh yeah,
marmorated
brown
stink bugs.
marmorated stink bugs. Yeah,
And so, but it was my understanding that they were not stinky.
they're
But
sticky.
they're
stink.
stinky?
If
They're
you
stinky?
if you force their little hands, they'll become stinky.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So are all stink bugs who fall under the shield bug stink, are they all stinky? Or is this one of those things where like, we've named it for what most of them do, but a couple of them get away without doing it?
To my knowledge, they're all stinky. I have
Oh
not
my
read
gosh.
about any that are stank free. There's probably like degrees of stinkitude. That's very scientific.
fair.
That
Totally
happens.
degrees of stankitude, bruh.
If I were a Ninja Turtle scientist, that's how I would speak.
I love Ninja Turtle scientist. Oh my gosh! In a pool of 4, there's only one. That's a 25% hit rate for scientists that are also teenage Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. So the family is called Pentatomidae. Pentatomidae just means 5, and then toma is sections, and it's because they have like 5 sections on their antennae, which I think is a really boring name for a family.
Oh, I would have thought it was because they were shield shaped, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
No, it's antennal sections. Yeah.
I'm
I think Pentatomidae is a boring family name for this group. I don't know who did
Considering
that.
all the fun things they do, that you're gonna say,
Yeah, you could have gone with so many options.
It is I like the sound of it though.
Pentatomidae?
Pentatomidae does sound like a spell that I'm gonna like.
It,
And it would summon a shield, I think. Whoosh.
a 5-section shield. That's what we would call it.
5-section
Be
shield.
fine. The order is Hemiptera. We remember these are the true bugs.
True bug summer.
So we've covered a few true bug summer into true bug winter now, I guess, here on the East Coast, on the West Coast. And now, well, the problem with, we'll discuss several problems with the stink. Would you prefer I call them stink bugs or shield bugs, Amanda?
I know them as stink bugs.
Stink bugs? Okay, I will refer to them as such throughout the episode then.
And are these the guys? This may be more a question for producer Derek. These are the guys that get in your house
Yes.
and they're in there, and they're like, "Get out of here!"
A lot
bug.
of them. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Like, get out of here. Because I've also heard those referred to as water bugs, because the idea is that like they're trying to find water in your house, but I don't know if that's
They're trying
purely
to stay warm.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, they're
great.
trying
great,
to get
great.
warm. It's getting cold.
I will tell you, I rescued one of these guys recently. We
Stink
were
bug?
stink bug. So I was at a birthday celebration, not my own, birthday celebration, and the partner of the birthday girl is terrified of bugs. Him and Cody get along that way. And we were setting up the party outside on the back deck, and one of these guys was on the table. And he was ready to smash it. He was ready to get it out of here, right? And I was like, "No, they're harmless. My brown marmorated stink bug," I said. As if I know anything. And I gently scooped him up and put him away. And now I feel like it was fate that we met, so that we could talk about the brother in here.
So now you had your own interaction.
But I did
with
also think they
a
didn't
stink
stink.
bug.
I also did think at the time that the marmorated stink bug didn't stink.
No,
So I
there's
could
some
have been stunked, and I didn't even know it.
You could have. And it smells. You know This is so rude. I was reading, so I've not smelled the stink of a stink bug before. You gotta like really kind of
Gotta
press on
harass them real
them. Yeah, you
good.
gotta harass them, and then they'll
I
like let
assume
it
it's
out.
like I was explaining to my son that like a spider doesn't want to bite you because that's so resource heavy. Is the
Yeah,
stink bug also, is it resource heavy for it to use its stink?
yeah. It creates this chemical in a specialized gland, and that
Mm-hmm.
is always costly. But when I was reading about the scent, some people have described it as the scent of a greasy elderly person.
Ah,
And I don't know what that
you're bringing
ref
grandma into this?
it's so mean. And I don't even know what that refers to. What do you mean a greasy
A
elderly person?
greasy elderly
I don't
person.
I don't get it. I think that
We're gonna have to take a research
I think that's
trip.
a weird and really like crappy thing to say. They do create aldehydes. It's like mostly unsaturated aldehydes, which can smell like rotting fruit
Mm,
sometimes, or
okay.
just like a yucky, greasy sort of smell. Um, I would never compare them to to the scent of a person because I think that's weird. Uh,
A little rude to be like, this bug is so stinky. It smells like you.
yeah, what? Uh, but yeah, so they have like this gnarly smell. However you want to describe that smell is up to you, I suppose. But and the brown marmorated stink bug is no different. So we do for a sec before we go into the brown marmorated because that is our invasive species example for today. Hmm.
Also so I should have crushed him
You should have
because he's
smushed,
invasive.
and then you could have told me what
No,
it smelled like.
I could have, but
We would have known.
we were about to eat food, so it's probably for the best that I didn't. I didn't want to ruin the pizza night. Um,
So there's around 4,700 extant, which means currently living, species of stink bug worldwide.
okay,
47 hundo. That's a lot of bugs. That's a lot of
yeah,
stinky. Around
all with slightly different scents.
slightly different greasy scents. Around 200 of them are found in North America.
Oh,
So
so
we
we've
have
gotten almost half of them all right here, huh? Mm.
not almost half. 4,700 and 200 are not.
Oh, I added a zero. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. If it was 4,470, yes. But yeah, we have around 200 species in North America. They come in all kinds of cool colors. There's a green one around me that I see every once in a while. Although I will say I mostly see the brown marmorated stink bug here. I think they're definitely on, I think, my mint plants on the balcony.
Mm.
They show up every once in a while.
And they've all got that same basic stink bug shape, right?
Same
Of
shape,
like
that little
head,
head.
and then almost like a triangle shape head, and then
Mhm.
literally think of a herald's shield, and that's the shape, like a
Yeah, yeah.
straight top,
Skinny,
and then
skinny little legs.
skinny little legs, and then the shield is like the flat top with the down the sides, and then it curves to a point, literal herald's shield. I could see why they call them shield
Are
bug.
also called shield bugs.
Yeah. And is
I think
that's
they're
not
quite
one
beautiful.
piece. That's like the two
There's
elytra
wings. They
meeting
can
up.
wing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they can fly. Like many of our flying insects, they're bad at it. And they look dumb doing it in the process. Their little
Oh yeah,
legs dangle and
here's one zoomed in where you can kind of see the center. There's like a center body bit, and then the two
legs kind
elytra on
of,
either side. Yeah.
yeah, fold around it. Um, Amanda's using $100 words today. I love it. Gold
Sorry.
star, Amanda.
Sometimes I forget to be the nonce on this podcast.
Gold star for you, my friend, for remembering it. They're called elytra. Uh,
It's such a good. It's such a beautiful word. I would love it if you had a daughter named Elytra.
elytra.
This is my daughter Elytra.
Oh, thank goodness Joe and I didn't have children. Their names would
Their
just be
names would be
out of control.
the names you would name your. This is my daughter.
Joe would have to rein it in.
Elytra.
He'd have to
Here's
rein it in.
I'm trying to think of more. Here's Cersei. You
I
know,
always loved Ren. I always thought
I
if I
do
had
love
like a
Ren.
girl, I would name her Ren. Yeah, but
Bird names are very good.
very
Like,
pretty.
imagine having like a bunch of kids that were all bird names. It'd be very good.
Be very cute. But I did not want children, and fine. I love everyone else's kids.
To their benefit for not having to go through life named Heron, you know?
Yeah, they don't have to have weird names.
Harry, that's a great name. No, it's Heron. Great blue heron. Anyway, back to the bugs.
At least I wouldn't name them Stink Bug.
So. And they tell them they smell like greasy old people.
So
the Marmorated Stink Bug, that's the one we see.
That's the one we see a lot here. It is invasive. It comes from a few parts of Asia, Japan, Korea, China. But they're not all like, and they're very brown. When you see them, they're just brown.
They're brown.
But they also come, like other species are really pretty. So the green one I mentioned. There's the red-legged shield bug, which is European. And it's mostly like a dark brown, but it lightens in the summer. I love a color-changing bug.
I love any animal that changes color. I think it's so cool.
This seasonal color change is very neat.
I think it's so cool. I wish humans did that. That'd be so neat. Mine does a little bit just because like you get enough UV to the hair and my hair turns red.
Well, speaking of that, apparently, of humans, during the filming of Lord of the Rings, the filming took so long that the actors' skin tone did change through the season, and they had to change all the prosthetic and the makeup to fit the skin tone. So we do, yeah.
That's so cool. So like the Gimli, they're like,
I just learned this like 2 days ago, so I'm kind of
your
excited.
nose prosthetic is too brown or too white.
Yeah, or too white.
Because we've gone through, because they filmed that movie for like 3 years, that first set.
So they had seasonal prosthetic and makeup.
That's so cool. See,
because of
ours is just so subtle that I don't see it. But because I want to be like a brown hair that turns into a white hair. That's so cool. Or I want to be like, you know, a brown owl that turns into a white owl. I think it's
like the Arctic hare. Arctic hares are brown in the summer and then white in the winter. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few animals that do that.
I also don't live somewhere where it would benefit me. It like snows for like a day here in Oregon.
Yeah.
But if I live
we've been having flurries here in the Northeast for the past few days. Like tiny, like it lasts for 10 minutes.
How much snow do you guys get? Because I always see Christmas time New York movies, and there's always like the disgusting streets. Depending, I guess, on whether it's a rom-com or something else. Like if it's a rom-com, the snow is always like white, fresh, never trod upon. But
no, we get snow. We get snow here in the winter.
Is it like a foot of snow, or is it?
It can be. It can be. It can be more. I think we're gonna have a pretty cold winter, a pretty wet winter this year. So we'll see what comes in. We'll see if my woolly bear prediction is correct or not.
Woolly bear, what do you see? Interesting. I wonder what I guess there's enough cars though that there's not like ice on the road. Because all those
ice, but we just deal with
taxis. Interesting. Here, if there's if someone even thinks about that, there might be a couple of snowflakes sticking to the ground, like close down the schools, shut down the hospitals, everyone get into your bunker. No, there might be an inch of snow.
we're pretty good. We're pretty settled about. In the Northeast, understands snow, which is what we've always had, so it's fine. I got that Subaru. I'm good. I'll drive away.
You're just gonna drive over.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But because, again, it's getting cold here, and stink bugs do want to come inside your home. If you're cold, they're cold. But
bring them in.
Don't let them in. Don't bring them in. They're going to come on their own. It's the stink bugs and ladybugs right now. The Asian ladybug has been coming into my apartments.
I have
my
found
neighbors'
one
apartments.
Ladybug so far
they all ask
in
me.
our house. Yes, just one. And the children made me save it. And I was like, all right.
Just take her back outside.
I just took it back outside. I literally just put it on my finger and like had to move fast enough because it was you put it on your hand and then it starts going for the tip of your finger to alight.
To fly, yeah.
And I was like, I gotta get to the door before it like just takes off and I have to start this whole process over again. But outside she went.
The same thing with the stink bugs. You can pick them up and throw them back outside. They have piercing proboscis because they are true bugs, but they don't bite. They're completely harmless, and people get freaked out once they can see that long needle coming out of their face.
They're of a decent size too,
and they're large. Will say. Yeah.
How large are they at your house? Because at my house, they're like most of the way to I'd say 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, depending.
Yeah.
They're a bug that you can see.
they're dime to nickel sized,
Yeah.
penny sized.
Maybe, yeah, producer Derek is saying thumbnail size. I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
But they're right around this time of year, and I don't know if maybe still so when this episode comes out, they'll be trying to come in, and they're quite annoying about it. I've actually we've brought in our plants from the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't see like how behind me, Amanda, but
there's plenty of plants in there.
lots of plants in the office right now, and it's really annoying for me to get around. But there are probably stink bug eggs on one of the leaves.
You don't even know that you're incubating a friend.
No, I'm too lazy to look. But they lay their eggs on the underside of leaves, and then they'll hang out for the winter and then hatch in the spring.
So the eggs are just like little white pearl eggs
you
see
like
on the bottom of leaves.
Looking. They might be kind of light green. They might be a little bit white. So, and then when they hatch, they become nymphs. So we remember. Hopefully, everyone remembers if you've been listening to the podcast long enough that true bugs go through metamorphosis that does not contain the pupa. Right? They're just nymphs. So they go through 5 nymphal stages, and then they're adults. Boom, adults happen.
And those are called instars.
Instars, yes.
Yes!
Oh my God.
More points for me!
2 gold stars for Amanda in 1 episode. But the little babies are round. They have like round little bodies and little half wing nubs. They're kind of cute, and they're usually very brightly colored.
Oh, they're like little pomegranate seeds.
Yes. Yeah, they're like little pomegranates.
They're kind of sweet looking. And they look very edible. And maybe that's just because of how we started this podcast today, but they look incredibly edible. And I can't imagine they would be tasty. Well, not knowing that they're stinky inside. I don't know when they get stinky, though, also. Stinky might be something only the mamas and papas can do. I don't know if they're stinky when they're stinky little kids and teenagers.
Do you remember what... Let's see if you can get a 3rd gold star today. Do you remember what it's called? And I can hear I can hear like listeners in my head screaming the word. What is it called when an insect is brightly colored to advertise?
Okay. I always add a letter to this.
You do? Yeah.
I want to see, now I'm second guessing though. I'm like, is this the letter I'm adding or not? I want to call it aposematism.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm a 3-star general today.
You're a 3-star bug general for this episode. Any listener who got that right, gold star for you.
Gold star.
Gold star.
Go get some blue hair dye. And speaking of old people and hair dye, I saw the oldest old man with bright blue hair at the Costco the other day, and I was like, "Sir, do you?"
Good for him.
And I felt a little bad that I like assumed he did it for someone else, like he did it to like match a grandkid or something. But I was like, maybe he just likes it. He's just a man at Costco living his life. Let him have blue hair.
Love it. Good for him. I'm gonna probably do that. What is that? I told Joan like the minute my hair goes like gray or white, it'll probably just go white. That I want to do that rose gold, like that rose gold color.
Yeah. The balayage color. Yeah,
I think that would be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
But these little guys come in all these bright colors, and it's because they're gross to eat. Aposematism.
I was right. I don't want to eat them, even though they look like delicious pomegranate seeds.
Like little pomegranate seeds. Now I can't not see that, and it's a little bit weird.
These ones have like the red, but then they got like kind of a little bit of a black striping on them. It's like
they usually have a black pattern. That pattern is also black and a bright color is a very common. Think about bees and wasps, which are yellow and black, and so it's pretty common color combo.
And so to talk about why they would be brightly colored like this, just to say, don't eat me, I'm disgusting. But the stripes plus color, we see that in like snakes, we see that in a lot of these bugs. Is that because of the way birds see? That birds see, because I've heard that birds see like on a spectrum that we don't.
Birds see in the ultraviolet.
Yes.
So the color will be much brighter. And that black, I think that black just breaks the pattern up a little bit to make it even more eye-catching.
Right. to make it even more, this is the outline of me, the bug. I'm not a berry. I'm not anything else. I'm a bug. I see my stripes.
Yeah.
Don't eat me.
I'm bad
gross.
news. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And it's
You
not...
think about monarchs are yellow and black. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, orange and black. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Nature finds a way and then just keeps using it.
I don't know if you've seen those pictures of like what crows look like to other crows. And it's like crazy. They look like oil spills basically because of like we just see them because they're seeing in that different spectrum that we just see the black crow. And like you can see it a little bit with the human eye, the
slightly
like
iridescent
sheen to it. Yeah, exactly. But on another bird, it's like, whoa, that crow's crazy.
I love crows. They're the best. Yeah.
Are you not on a Corvid like Reddit group? Are you not a moderator of a Corvid group?
I do moderate a Corvid Reddit group. Yes, because I love
Corvids
crows.
are cool. That'd be your
so
son's
much.
name. Your son's name would be Corvid.
Would be Corvid.
These are my children. Corvid and Wren. Yes.
Future cat names, I guess.
Oh my gosh! You need buggy cat names for your cats.
Buggy cat names. Joe will not abide. Joe will not abide it.
You guys are the nice people that are like, this cat's been going by the name Rumpelstiltskin for the last 3 years. We'll just keep the name Rumpelstiltskin. Whereas I'm kind of like, the cat doesn't know.
Oh no, I would change it. When we adopted Finn, so our beautiful big boy Finn.
A big boy. Your beautiful tripod.
And my beautiful tripod, one-eyed Finn. He the Humane
just sounds
Society.
Like a pirate.
He is a little pirate. He screams all the time too. He's like, "Arr!" But his name, coming from the Humane Society, was Foo Fighter.
Not even Grohl. They just went straight to Foo Fighter.
All the kittens that they had for that month that they were trying to get rid of, had band names.
Mm-hmm. They were all like Foo Fighter, Linkin Park, Nirvana.
It was really. They were all like 90s grunge band names, and we got little Foo Fighter, and we named him Finn.
I hope that's Finn Foo Fighter Zimmerman. Here he is. Full name.
Oh man.
Should yell that out if he's in trouble. Foo Fighter!
Phineas Foo Fighter?
Phineas Foo Fighter is so good! That is such a good cat name. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh,
anyway.
God. Oh, sorry.
We got tangented there. But, okay.
Cat
so,
tangent.
they're delicious little pomegranate seeds. I don't remember what we were talking about. Just so
they hatch and they become these adorable little pomegranate seeds. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, and this is where they kind of get in trouble with us, is most of the time they feed on plants.
I assumed, given the proboscis situation.
Given that sucky proboscis, piercing proboscis. And they can be a huge pest in agriculture. They like soy. They like all the stuff we grow. They love vegetables. They like vegetable plants. They like apples. So they're a pain in the butt in our orchards. And they need a lot to eat to go through these 5 instars in order to become adults. They tend to be generalist for plants. So the brown stink bug, not the brown marmorated stink bug, which is around, feeds on at least 70 different types of plants. Like, they'll eat
They're not
whatever.
Picky then.
No, not picky. Which makes them really hard to contain, because if you're say you're Monsanto and you're growing your corn, Monsanto, and you're concerned about insects feeding on that corn. Well, if they're only feeding on the corn, it's a lot easier to contain those stink bugs than if they're feeding on your corn and your soybeans and your wheat crop and everything. Right. So it can be a bit of a pain to deal with. Now, and the problem, it's not just that they're sucking the good juices out of the plants in our crops, because once you damage the plant like that, you leave it vulnerable to disease. So you've now opened it up. It's like cutting yourself, right? If you cut yourself, you need to put Neosporin on it or whatever generic antibiotic, so that I'm so used to Neosporin. But the same thing happens with plants. So if they're constantly getting pierced by a huge swarm of stink bugs, and they do like to aggregate together. They love being together.
I feel like if you find one, you're gonna find three.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna find 10 probably.
You're gonna find, at every window there's three, and you're like, how are you getting in here? This window is closed. So they must be able to do the cockroach thing where they get really flat.
They squish and then get in.
Go,
But bugs are surprisingly able to get into spots that are much tinier than they are.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I just, there must be enough give between their exoskeleton to really
There's like a little bit of room. There's a little bit of give.
Down. Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so where there's one, there's many, and then they damage crops and then leaves crops susceptible to disease, and that's like a whole problem. Some species are actually predators. So the spine soldier bug, which is another type of stink bug, feed on other arthropods. They like soft-bodied things. They like aphids, and they like caterpillars. So
not just the plants, but the bugs.
Not just the women, but the children.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry, Star Wars Episode 2. Lives rent-free in my brain all the time.
It's just always playing in there.
It's always playing. The prequels are always playing up here, and
You Anakin apologist.
I'm an Anakin apologist forever. Amanda, there are there's a photo gallery. Derek sent you a link.
Excellent.
I'm gonna check that out, and as always, we will put photos of these guys in the show notes and on the socials when I put the socials up.
Okay, so this one's got the black and the red, as you said. I don't know what level of instar any of these guys are either.
If they're shield shaped, they're adults.
Okay.
If they're round, they're
Oh, this one's got like a jazzy little spiky shoulder situation.
Yeah, some of them like horned shoulders. They're really cool looking. Are you thinking about a hero shape for these guys?
Yeah, I'm thinking about how to make. I mean, we called them shield bugs, so my intention is to do something shieldy, right? But so far, we haven't really said that the shield like serves a purpose other than crunchy on the outside. Yeah, exactly.
It just looks kind of cool.
That's just the shape that they've gone with. The shape is great, they said.
Yeah.
Do it.
That shape lets other shield bugs know that they are shield bugs. You know, you want to be able to recognize your potential mates visually.
Wow. This one looks like he's made of craft beads.
Craft beads?
Like those pony beads. He's got like a pony bead situation going on.
Yeah, there's lots of cool.
Red and black this is a really cool one. I'm sorry, this one's neat. I'm gonna send this one to the Discord.
Oh yeah,
this one's almost. Do you remember when they made Nightwing red and black for a little while?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a mistake, but I understand why they made that mistake. That's kind of the vibe this guy's given. Is the red era of Nightwing.
Yeah, that's really cool looking. It almost looks like that red symbol in the middle looks like two leaves coming up from a...
Yeah. And then like his shoulder one almost kind of looks like the Red Hood symbol that the Red Hood uses.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He uses that like not quite Batman Red Hood symbol. And you're like, all right, we get it. You're mad at your dad.
For listeners who forget, we're also a comic book podcast.
Exactly. Speaking of comic books, there is a stink bug in DC Comics.
Is there?
Incredibly minor. It's one of those ones that shows up in like one issue once, you know.
It's from the 50s or 60s.
I think from the 90s, and then I think they brought him back more recently than that.
It's a newer one, huh?
Yeah.
Does he have powers?
What do you think his power is? That he named himself Stink Bug.
Does he smell? He smells.
Yes, he smells. That's his whole power. Yes. And he's a villain, and he's like one of those incredibly, incredibly minor villains. I think he only shows up in one, maybe two.
It's very funny that Kelly says a newer character is 30 years old.
Yeah, 1992 is a newer character. Last comics for you, baby.
Oh God, that's already 30 years old. I'm old. Guys. It hurts. Yeah. I was a teenager in the 90s, so sorry.
This newest birthday of mine, I'm now closer to 40 than anything else, and I hate it.
Amanda's also old now. Congratulations.
Because I filled out the waiver for the escape room that we went to, and it was like, are you 36 through 40 or whatever? And I was like, no, I've moved up a category. No, I hate this for me. Oh, well.
Welcome to the club. Oh, Derek just shared what he looks like, and he is ridiculous looking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is the 90s version, and then I'll show you the newer version they have of him. I'll show him from behind, because then he's got the cool shield.
Oh, that's cool. They worked the shield into the character.
Yeah, it's like on his back.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah. He's like
that's a nice
a
touch.
guy cosplaying as a stink bug. His comic is not the Spider-Man thing where they're like, I just kind of evoke the idea of a spider. This guy's fully like, he could show up to ESA and people be like, whoa, nice stink bug costume.
Stink bug costume.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, Derek shared a photo where I can kind of see the shield in the back.
And here, I'll post one too.
That's cool.
Go. Load image. Load. It's not loading. Yeah.
But it even has stink lines coming off of it.
Yeah, he's got he's like stinky in that one. So I think stink is the power, right? Because he's the stink bug. But I think we should also include the shield.
The shield. I'll talk about another power in a minute or two.
Oh, okay, great. Do we want to make it an old man because he smells like a greasy old man?
No, I don't want to be ageist. I don't want to be rude.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's got to be, I think everyone at some point stinks.
Yeah.
So it's fine. We've all been there.
We've all been
just
nasty.
Try to shower if you can. So again, most of them feed on plants. Some of them are active predators. And I imagine it's pretty horrible for any other small bug being pierced by this because they do inject digestive enzymes, liquefy your insides, and then slurp it on up. That is
as they do.
True bugs do. Yeah, that's what they do.
My kid is super into Charlotte's Web right now, and there's like a whole part where Charlotte explains like how spiders eat, and she talks about like slurping up their insides, and the pig like faints from like, that's so horrible, and I'm like, get over it, pig.
Yeah, get over it, pig.
Spider's gotta eat, pig.
The spider's gonna spider, and just let it happen. It's fine. They are also sometimes called, so the marks that they leave on fruit are called cat-facing scars. So sometimes they're called cat-face bugs. But it's only because it bruises, I don't know why it does this, but it ends up bruising the fruit in a way that forms like a little face of a kitty, which is adorable.
What?
Yeah, so they're called cat-face scars. It happens in agriculture. So I wanted to tell you what I thought was my favorite part of this. Other than like, it's always interesting to talk about an invasive species and how they work and all that. But their other superpower is communication.
I love when they talk to each other. Is this why they're always together? Because they can talk to each other?
Yes, so they can communicate with each other. Just like Plant Hopper. Remember Plant Hopper and the vibrations that they emitted? So the Brazilian stink bug, and this happens in lots of other stink bugs, but this happened to be the species I read a journal article about, communicates through stridulation. Do you remember what stridulation is?
When they are physically vibrating some part of their body, like rubbing against a series of horns to make a crink, crink, crink noise or something like that.
Fourth gold star of the episode. Amanda, are you an entomologist? Are you
secretly?
The entomologist?
Yes.
Amanda is a scientist.
Imagine I petition a universe like, you need to give me an entomologist title because I
need an honorary degree.
I need an honorary degree for being on this podcast.
3 years of an entomology podcast. It's that easy.
You're a doctorate now, so you can grant me a honorary.
Oh, can I do that? No one told me.
Imagine if you could. Yeah, it's like when like a sea ship captain can marry anyone. Apparently, we've all decided a doctorate can just honor.
My husband and I were married by a ship's captain.
Really? That's
yes.
fun.
He had he was a maritime ship's captain, I think. And he wore like the full suit. We did not want to pick a religion. We just wanted it to be like a fun, like very secular party.
Yeah.
So we had, although he was really sweet. The ship's captain was very religious. So when he's like writing we're going over the vows, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to say that, or
Oh yeah.
Um, the like obey part, I'm like, I'm not
I
obeying.
simply will not be
That's
doing that.
yeah. Well, even Joe was like, I don't want her to say that. That's weird. Yeah. So we cut that part out.
I was talking to my
Um,
mom the other day about like,
but to
oh
love
well,
and cherish, yes. Yeah.
love and cherish certainly, but we were talking about like someone I don't remember who. I think it was a TV show or whatever. And they're like, well, she's done whatever he said for 40 years, and I was like, ah! I could never. I will not be doing that actually.
Yeah, we're very much a partnership.
Yes.
We're very much a partnership. But yeah, so I cut that out, and I think he wanted to mention, I think, Jesus or something, and I'm like, we're not doing Jesus at my wedding.
Yeah.
Jesus is great. He's wonderful, but not we just wanted a non-secular thing. So anyway,
Yeah.
so we had the ship's captain, and he was lovely, and we had a very beautiful wedding. But tangent, where were we? So oh, stridulation, because you got another gold star.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you today, Amanda. I'm so proud of your bug knowledge. We've come so far. So they do stridulation. They do something called tremulation, which is vibrating part or all of their body while they're touching, like holding onto a plant.
Oh,
So
okay.
it sends it through the plant.
Through the plant. Interesting. So they use the plant as like a communication superhighway.
Yeah,
as they say.
yeah.
So you're another bug, and you crawl onto a plant, and then you're touching the plant, and then it comes through. Boop 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 boop. I don't know why
It's
it's
like
Morse code in
It's
my
like
mind.
Morse code through the.
You're like,
yeah.
oh, I gotta get out of here. Some other bug on this plant is telling me that like a bird is here or something. Interesting.
Isn't that neat? And percussion. They tap their little footies on the plant.
They're
and I
really
love
talking
it.
to each other. 3 different modes of communication.
Very, very communicative. And this is again why they also like aggregate, because they emit pheromones that attract each other, of course. But that sound really travels through the substrate, through plants and plants are on an island, right? Plants are touching each other.
Right.
So if I'm on a plant 3 plants over,
How much
and
do
mine-
plants touch under the ground? Are their roots talking
the
to
roots
each other?
touch. Yeah, oh yeah, the roots are touching and
Are they?
intertwined.
But are they
and-
sending information to each other through those roots? I need Dr. Ped. Dr. Ped.
Some plants, yes. Some plants are sending information.
Interesting.
Some plants share nutrients through their root system. I think a lot of that has to do with that fungal connectivity under the soil. If this wasn't a bug podcast, we could do a whole thing on
On how
On,
plants talk
on-
to each other.
plants and trees and communication. Yeah. I keep telling friend of the pod, Petty's got to come back on because I want him to talk about carnivorous plants.
Yeah,
Which
I think we need a
would be
whole
cool.
because
Yeah.
the carnivorous plants like to
I
this
know you
day
listen to
kind
this,
of
Ped. We're doing this. Pick a date.
Ped, listen to us. This is the voice inside your earphones, Ped. You have to come back on the podcast because like carnivorous plants kind of baffle me because I'm like, but how does it get the nutrients? Like it feels a little bit like I eat
Well-
and it's in me, but the plant is essentially a stomach. The whole thing. It's crazy to me. Anyway, sorry.
We'll,
go on.
we'll get there. We'll get there. So again, like picture I'm on this plant and you're on 3 plants over, and the plant leaves are touching. So I can send you a signal, and we don't have to be on the same plant. It's kind of incredible how that works. I just love bug. I think bug communication is so interesting. So interesting. I should design a study and do something about it, I guess. As if it was that easy. It's not. But
I said, I'll just write up my draft and someone will give me the monies.
I have a whole Google Doc that's just a list of things I want to know, and can I make them into studies? But so they do these vibrations, and they have fine hairs on their body called setae. I know we've talked about setae before for many of our bug friends. So once they find each other, and sometimes it is to aggregate, to come together because it's safety in numbers, or you found a good feeding spot, you tell your friends and it's just a thing that they all do, or it's time to find a mate. Now,
Sorry, I'm hung up here. Just setae is when it's hair.
hair.
And Circe is when
Pinchums.
it's pinchums. Okay. I knew the word Circe was in there somewhere, but I couldn't remember
Or
what
sometimes
it
it's just like long, it's not always pinchums, but it's like longer.
was. Feel
longer.
'em ups.
Yeah, feel 'em ups. It's longer feel 'em ups.
Okay, but separate and different from antenna.
Yes.
Okay.
Antennae are the front end. Cerci are the back end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back end.
I'm loading information for my future gold stars. Okay, go on.
Love it. So it's time to find a mate. I've had all of the plants or all of the caterpillars I can stand. It's time to make babies. So sometimes the male will sing. And he will sue through the stridulation.
Yes.
He sings a beautiful song. He emits pheromones.
I'm looking for a wife.
Yes. And she responds with her own song. Now, some males have like 4 different songs they sing, and they're for different purposes. Females usually have 2, and they start to form a beautiful little bug duet. And they sing to each other until they locate each other for mating. How cute is that?
That is beautiful. That's like Happy Feet with the penguins. With Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman singing to one another.
But instead it's stink bugs stridulating.
Just being like... The other one's like... And then they find each other with little radars.
Yes. And then the magic happens, and then we get baby stink bugs.
And then the pearlescent
Isn't that cute?
eggs on the bottom of your plants.
It's very, very cute. I love it. I love a communicative bug. So stink bugs have all these kind of interesting adaptations. There are many of them. They are generalist feeders, whether they are hunters or plants, herbivores, plant eaters. In North America and parts of Europe, the brown marmorated stink bug is our invasive. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and when I'm done talking about that, I will check in with you on your art. If that sounds good with you.
I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate the singing. I think I just need to make his big shield a herald shield, and that will be our idea that he communicates. Because heraldry shields are for communicating.
He's heralding something.
Yes, he's a herald. A herald with a shield.
So in America, the stink bugs were first found in Pennsylvania, much like the spotted lanternfly, but in 1998.
What is it about Pennsylvania not keeping track of who's coming in?
It must just be shipping. It must be the way that Pennsylvania
They just must have enough port information, yeah. But that seems like the opposite side.
There's not a port. It's Pennsylvania, but there's probably some sort of large hub that's there for bringing in
a hub that they've been using for 300 years, so they just haven't changed it, right?
Yeah.
Because you think it's an Asian bug, you think it'd be coming from Seattle or Los Angeles or San Francisco,
New York, or Portland. Newark, New Jersey is one of the largest ports on the East Coast, so it'd be New Jersey. But
interesting. But you think it'd be on the Asian side, is all. But
I guess so. But so they spread really quickly because they're, generalists, and it's easy to survive if you'll eat literally anything.
That's how the raccoons made it this far.
The brown marmorated stink bug will eat over 170 species of plants. They don't give a... Everything is a buffet.
Whatever it is that they eat is just found in plants in general. They're not looking for, like, the pollen of the milkweed.
Yeah, they're just
on a sunny afternoon. They're like, oh, you're a plant, so you've got the chlorophyll in you. That's mine now. You know?
Yeah. It's really funny that just how successful they've been for so long. It's because they're generalists like this, and they like to overwinter inside. So overwintering inside protects you from the elements when you're very likely to be indoors. So
you may not even know it, but there's a stink bug like in the back of your cupboard.
Your cupboard in
a place where you never look, and then it comes springtime, you'll be like, where'd all these bugs come from? And the answer is they're coming from inside the house.
Inside the house. We have so many. I said, I have so many plants in this room with me right now. There's probably a stink bug in here somewhere.
Look what
I will launch it outside if I see it, though. It does not get to stay here with me. But like I said, they're not dangerous. They do not bite. Even if you poke them, they don't bite. They just smell. And if you've ever smelled one, please write to us. on the
Yes,
show
I want to know.
or on social media or wherever, and tell me what it smells like. You often find them in attics and window frames and the gaps inside of walls, that kind of thing. So, in order to combat the brown marmorated stink bug, we introduced the wasp, Amanda.
Oh no, we've pulled a cane toad. Oh my gosh, every time we talk about this, it's like, what's happening?
But it's a parasitoid wasp, and I'm fairly certain they're obligate parasitoids, which means they must reproduce only with the brown marmorated stink bug. I don't think they go to other stink bugs, so it's
And
fine.
did we find them that they
They're
already did
they're
this
a natural
predation?
they're a
Okay.
natural
I feel
parasitoid in Asia.
I feel better about that usually.
Yeah. They're
because that's how we did with the cinnabar moth too, right? We were like, oh, this guy does it, so we'll just bring it over,
yeah,
and we're
yeah.
not at risk of this spreading to other
Yeah, madness.
invasion, right?
Ensuing,
Because it's
yes.
already specialized on this thing that we're trying to
Mhm.
get rid of.
Yeah.
Because
So
that's part of why it's been so successful, is that it's been operating without its specific predator.
it's very specific predator. I'm sure other insects will eat it. I bet spiders eat them without a problem. Praying mantids, that kind of thing. But birds don't because they're gnarly. There might be a few birds that do, but generally, yeah, they just don't have the predators that they have in their native range. So the little wasp comes, samurai. It's called a samurai wasp, and it's very cute. It's like a little tiny black wasp, and she lays her eggs inside the eggs of the stink bug. Their larvae hatch. They eat the egg or I don't know, maybe the developing embryo of the stink bug, and then finish their metamorphosis inside the stink bug egg, nice and safe, tucked up under a leaf. And it's really, really effective. So when introduced to eggs, the samurai wasp kills usually up to 80% of the stink bug eggs, which is, yeah, so highly, highly effective. But I think it's pretty, it's a good example of biocontrol. We call this biological control in a way that's not harmful to other animals here. So yeah, so we're working on it. We're trying. But like I've mentioned probably a million times, which I know is a bummer. Once an invasive species is here, it's here. It's probably not going anywhere. It's very hard to eradicate something completely. So
Yeah, unfortunately,
what are
once
your
it's in, it's in.
thoughts on stink bug, Amanda, as a group?
I think it invasive always is a little bit of a bummer. Always a little bit of a bummer when
But
it's being.
we do have native stink bugs here.
But
So
we have native stink bugs, so I
Mhm.
like those guys. So we haven't talked much about the delivery of the stink, and I think we need to clarify, because is it stinky on the inside the way that like a ladybug is nasty once you bite into it, or
it's
even once you put it in your mouth and it's squeezing the juice out of its joints, right? That's the ladybug's go-to. Is the stink bug delivering it in a similar manner? Because in my mind, I'm imagining more of a fart cloud, which is, I know, deeply inaccurate. Um, or maybe even more of that we talked about Explodey Joe delivers kind of in a puff
bombardier beetle.
of bombardier beetle acid that's not actually acid, of like pa, and you're like, oh. So is the stink bug? The stink bug's not like skunking people, right?
It can, yeah. So there's our specialized glands in the thorax, and they can either actively release it, or if you crush one, it's automatically released.
Right.
So if you smush it,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
get
get
it.
sprayed. Yeah.
So, and it really takes a lot for it to do it. You said so.
You gotta hurt it. Like just picking it up, it probably won't do it.
Yeah, letting it out is to let the other bugs know, or is it just that's just the consequence of I had the juice in me and you released the juice?
Well,
Or is it communicating to like the other guys, get away, they got me?
given that they are an aggregating group
Yeah,
of bugs, I would assume that it is beneficial to stink on crush to let everyone
yes,
else know that something's happening here, that kind of
makes
thing.
sense.
So yeah. So superpowers would be stinky. They're fun little communication. Maybe they're piercing. So maybe this guy has a sword of some kind, perhaps.
Yes, a sword proboscis was on my my radar. Why do I do this to myself? I gave him armor, and I hate drawing armor. I don't know why I do this. I hate doing it. I don't like doing it. I'm trying to do like the little pointy bug shoulders that some of them had.
Also, I thought this was interesting, especially given their stink. So a listener sent this The Guardian article to me, and I only know this, so I don't know this listener's name, but he is lovely and has a little girl named Elliot, and Elliot sends me bug photos on Discord. So
How fun!
I only know him as Elliot's dad. So thanks, Elliot's dad, for sending me this article. And hi, Elliot, if you're listening. I know she sometimes listens to the show. Thank you. Thanks for listening, guys. So in India, they have a bamboo feeding stink bug, which they call, I hope I'm not mispronouncing this, gosh, thangnang. And it has this kind of, the population can get really high at certain seasons due to specific environmental influences like temperature and crops and all that. And they actually like them. They use them for food. So they take a bunch of these stink bugs when they get really plentiful, and they pour hot water over the bugs, which kills them, but it pulls an oil out of the bugs, which is the stuff that's coming out of the glands. And all that oil rises to the top of the water, and they scrape it out, and they collect it and use it as a like really flavorful cooking oil.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And it's not stinky once it's out.
It is, but in that culture they like it. It is a scent or a flavor, I guess, that they like. And then they take all the stink bug little bodies and they mush them into paste and they feed them to livestock.
Right.
So protein here based. They've taken sort of an annoyance or a nuisance bug and turned it into both a cooking oil source and something to feed livestock, which I think is kind of an excellent solution when you get overwhelmed with bugs like this that you don't necessarily want around. So pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's again.
It's another one of those ones where I'm like, who thought of this? Who saw a clam and was like, I'm gonna eat that? You know, who saw a bug and was like, I bet if we got enough of the oil out of it, we could cook with it. You know,
interesting. But I think it's cool. I love it. I love ingenuity like that. I think it's very neat. And speaking of listeners, I thought while you draw, I'll take us through some listener questions because we did get quite a few questions. So Becky from Facebook, hi Becky, asks, are stink bugs harmful to garden plants? Yes. Yes, they are. They like to eat a wide variety of plants. They're really kind of a pain in the butt if you have vegetables. We got a few on our pepper plants this season. They also like some herbs, that kind of thing. So yeah, they can be a pain. But again, remember that some stink bugs are predatory and eating the things that eat your vegetable garden. So you kind of got to know what you're looking at before you destroy them. If it's a brown marmorated stink bug, feel free to get rid of that guy because it's only actively harming your garden. We also have a bunch of questions from Reddit. Let's see. So Deedzam on Reddit asks, are all species considered pests in the garden, or are there ones I shouldn't be worried about? They're in zone 6. So again, the predatory ones are fine. They're not going to bother you. Most of the plant feeding ones will feed on your garden, even if they're our native examples. So up to you how you want to handle that. But definitely try to keep around the active predators. Old Man Wickles, I love Reddit usernames very much, says, does anyone else think they smell like fresh grass when you kill them? I don't know, because I haven't smelled them. Someone else had replied, Successful Border 2261 replied to that comment saying no, that they like the smell of cut grass and these guys do not smell like that. But maybe everyone has different, different reactions to certain scents. I'm not sure. Now I'm really curious what they smell like.
I really want to know, yeah.
Kitsune Ray says, I keep putting them outside. They keep coming back. They let me know if I didn't see them first. Sometimes they come flying. Why do they like our houses so much? I'll take it over the roaches, though. Yeah. Yeah, I would take anything over a roach at this point. They like to come in because it's cold. The weather's getting colder. They want to overwinter as adults, not just eggs. So they're looking for a place like ladybugs to settle down for the winter, and our houses are cozy. So Kitsune Ray, maybe your house is just too cozy, too wonderful.
Have you considered being less cozy?
Be less cozy. They're coming in because you got a great space. Tamtui asks, do they only stink when you kill them? Why not spray the stink as a defense mechanism? Yeah, they do. They also they shoot that stank out at you again, but I think you got to really like mess with them to make that happen. So it's a combo of being able to do it on their own, and then also when they get crushed. Successful Border 2261 says, I have never heard them called shield bugs before. When I was little, they always scared me, and I somehow convinced myself that they were aliens sent to spy on us. I'm slightly ashamed to admit that these guys go straight down the toilet if I find them in the house, but they're safe in the great outdoors. If you crush or threaten them, won't they spray or release a fluid that attracts more? It doesn't necessarily attract more. It's usually like a warning. But it will smell pretty gnarly. You flush them down the toilet, that's okay. It's your house. It's your home, and you have
the right to defend your territory.
Yes, yeah. I know sometimes folks around me specifically are like suddenly get ashamed of killing bugs in their home, and I'm like, don't worry about it. I kill bugs in my home sometimes. It's just the way it is. That's all right, man. Man, woman, friend, it's your house. Do what you want in your home, and do not be ashamed of it. It's okay. Thanks for keeping them going in the great outdoors, though. That's nice. So those are the listener questions. We did get an email from a friend of the pod, Drew, talking. Did you see this email, Amanda? I'll read it.
I did not.
I'll explain it to you. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll explain the email. So Drew writes that he plays a game called Grounded on Steam.
I've had several friends recommend Grounded to me. They're like, I had a friend not long ago say, hey, I learned that bug fact from Grounded. When I said some buggy thing. And
some buggy thing?
Some buggy thing. And
Grounded is cute. Like, oh. I played it when it was beta. When it kind of first was coming out. It was really, I should go back to it. I haven't since. It's like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment. If anyone is old enough to remember that movie with Rick Moranis when he was still a thing. I think there was
Did he recently come back
sequels.
Oh no, he's in the upcoming reboot of that Star Wars parody. What's it called?
Oh, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited
for Spaceballs. Yeah. But you play like shrunken children, and you have to navigate the world of giant bugs, which is such a fun thing to think about. I think it's a pretty classic survival, so you'll get armor and skill points and that kind of thing as you move along in the game. But Drew let us know that there are all kinds of fun things in there, like ants and spiders and mosquitoes and weevils. I love a boot and a snoot. Weevils are adorable. And stink bugs. So he really likes the game, but he wishes that the developers had consulted with one or more entomologists. Just a little bit. Developers, call me. Call me, I'm here. I'm ready. Ready to consult. I've consulted on graphic novels. I'll consult on video games. Why not? So he sent us photos. So one stink bug chases you, and it's pretty classically stink bug looking, except Amanda, it has a mouth with teeth in it.
Oh no, not the proboscis! God, I gotta get that proboscis.
Look at those teeth.
Oh no, this is more of like a beetle face.
It's terrible. It's really it literally has like a row of what looks like human teeth. I don't know who designed this, This is, I guess they're a little bit pointy. Look at this. This is terrible.
Oh no, that one's much worse. Oh no.
They don't even look like they align properly. I don't know how it closes its mouth.
Yes. This is a horror beast.
But yeah, there's no proboscis. It's just a weird toothed insect, which is very uncanny, like creepy. It's not quite uncanny valley. It's people,
Not a
but
lot
it's
of things outside of mammals
looking.
have teeth, like birds don't have teeth.
Birds used to
Bugs.
have teeth, lady.
Well, yes, they don't now though.
Yeah.
Now they just have those horrible goose mouths where it's like lined with shredders.
So yeah, Drew brought that to our attention. Thanks, Drew. You're making me want to go back and play Grounded, which I might now.
What's the other
actually.
one?
I'm gonna talk to
Loam?
my husband about that.
Is
Loam.
And
That was
then,
board games.
oh, that's a board game.
That
Okay.
was a board game, I think.
And then
yeah.
what's the one where your spider husband gets stolen and you have to find them again?
Webbed.
So many good buggy games out there.
There's lots of good buggy games. Yeah. So thanks, Drew. And thanks for re-piquing my interest in that game because I'm gonna go back to it, I think. We're kind of in between video games right now. Well, we're not. We're playing on a Satisfactory, which Joe loves, but I find to be a little bit tedious. So I want adventure. I'm ready for an adventure. We played
You
Valheim
want
for a while. We were Vikings.
Adventure in the great wide somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. So Amanda, after hearing all of this and our lovely listener questions, thanks guys for sending questions. Please continue to do that. I'll continue to make posts requesting them before each episode. How do you feel about Stink Bug and how many legs would you give it?
I'm liking Stink Bug. I think it's not the bug's fault that it's invasive. You know what I mean? And it doesn't do the thing I hate where it lays its eggs in other things. It's the one getting laid in by the wasp. Bug's got to eat. I can never hold it against the bug that the bug's got to eat.
Yeah.
I think the only way it could really improve its score is if it did more of the spraying of the stink rather than just kind of secreting.
You
the
want it to
stink.
be a loose cannon and just constantly spraying.
I want it to be like nasty,
Horrifying.
I think that's the only way you could really improve its score. A little more offensive, a little less defensive, I guess. Maybe that's a personal bias of mine. But I would say it's got a cool shape, pretty harmless to me. A big person who can pick up a bug and throw it out the window.
Toss it. Yeah.
I don't got skin in the game for eating all my corn. And it sounds like it hasn't done anything like truly devastating.
Egregious.
It's just kind of annoying. You're like, ugh, the bugs. The bugs are here. It's not like wiped out a whole type of, plant or whatever. So I'd give it a solid. I want to give it room to improve. Give it time to be able to shoot that stink across the world. So I'll give it. It's a pretty buggy bug, and I like to reward that. I'll give it 5 out of 6. I'll give it a little bit of room. A little bit of room to grow via just becoming a squirt gun as a bug.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at a 5 out of 6.
I like them. I think
like
they're
'em.
cool. I think they're, like I said, they're pretty harmless. I'm also familiar with them, which always has a bias to me that, like, I know this guy. I've seen this guy. I've hung out with this guy. And I here's the artwork. I'll show you the artwork here. I've
Looks
made
great.
an armor typed, which we've done once before with Hercules beetle. Which
Stag
is
beetle
not.
and
It's
rhinoceros beetle.
that's what you hear me hesitating. I'm like, Hercules is a type, but not the like family name. Yes, with the stag beetle and the what was it now? Now I cannot even remember what you
Rhinoceros
said.
beetle?
That's it.
Yes.
So we did those guys. We did that as a samurai and a knight. So I've done kind of a knight again. I've given it a big shield, obvious. The heraldry marks on the shield. I did a bug and a drum to kind of show that
Producer Derek
stridulation.
you should put fruit or produce.
Yes,
on the
that's what
other
I was going to
side.
ask. I wasn't sure what to do for the third one, so we'll add a fruit to it in post. I've given it the the pointy shoulders that we saw on a couple of the shield
yeah.
shapes. And then I kind of ran out of room for a sword just because I made the shield so big. I felt like the shield needed to be really big. And I'll edit that to make it more proboscis-y. I think I might move the
thinner,
arm
like
entirely.
a thinner.
Yeah, more of like
sword.
a thin tube that the proboscis is. But I just kind of ran out of room for it, so I was like, and a sword.
I love it.
And of course,
It's
a jaunty feather upon his cap because. And I tried to make
the feather should be red, right? Because we see so much red in the
pomegranate seed.
the pomegranate seed babies.
And then I tried to make his
cute.
helmet kind of shaped like the bug itself. I'm not sure that came across though.
It does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
it looks good, Amanda. I love it.
And once again, I've drawn armor, even though I hate drawing armor.
But
Why
you
do I
did
keep
it to
drawing?
yourself.
I keep drawing common riders and knights, and I'm like, stop it. I just want to draw people in skin tight suits with designs on them, as is the superhero way.
Next bug, we'll try to pick something you can return to like a classic superhero shape.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna give Stink Bug a 3 out of 6.
Do you think Stink Bug hangs out with Stag Beetle and Rhinoceros Beetle? All of them hanging out in their armor. Or does Stink Bug hang out with Dung Beetle, who doesn't mind that he's stinky?
Oh, probably Dung Beetle. Dung Beetle's like, you can smell, pal. It's fine. I don't mind.
Trust me, bro. I can't even smell it at this point.
Does Cody have a really smelly friend? Because Dung
Cody
Beetle
might
is Cody.
be the really smelly friend. He hangs out with 2 children who chronically deliver him dung because he is the Dung Beetle. But other than that, no.
I think a 3 out of 5 is okay for me. They're all right. I love their communication.
I think that's also held a lot of
Actually,
weight.
I'm gonna up it to
so
4.
Cool.
It's a 4 out of 6 because the
and not
3 modes of communication is impressive.
Not all of the bugs are gregarious. When we talk about them,
yeah.
They're often doing their own little bug thing on their own. Even like the wasp and the bees, a lot of times are by themselves. But even though we think of them as hive bugs, but those are the ones we're familiar with, right?
Yeah, some are solitary.
Yeah, but like beetles are hanging out by themselves, and then like,
spiders
I like that they hang out
by themselves. Usually.
By themselves,
we do
usually.
But we did get we got a request.
Infamously carnivorous. Yes.
From listeners rather, to do an episode that's all listener questions from old. So if you guys want to start sending us questions about bugs from past episodes, please do that. We'll start stockpiling them so we can do a whole episode about it.
Yeah. Listen to an episode and go, hey, they never talked about why the katydid is pink. Although we did talk about that.
We did, yeah.
But I'm just trying to do an old episode. And I just love that katydids are pink.
Any old episode you have a listener question about, please start sending them. Send them to our email, BugsNeedHeroes@gmail.com, please. And I'll start putting them into like a Google sheet or something.
If you think we got something incorrect,
don't do that.
No? Don't. We like to be right. But
I'm fine with that. Feel free to correct me.
Maybe the science has changed in the 3 years. Maybe they just...
Maybe I was just wrong. It happened.
I just saw a thing
okay.
that like they only in 2022 discovered how eels, like this species of eels procreates, because like up to then they were like, we don't know. The baby eels just arrive. And we're like, what? And like fairly recently they found out how. They still haven't seen, I think, great white sharks. They're like, they always try to...
Yeah, we still have no idea.
No idea where they go to have baby sharks. It's wild. Nope. Isn't that crazy? And we keep trying. We keep trying to follow Big Blue. And she's like, no, you don't get to know my business.
Feel free to ask questions, or if I got something wrong, send me a correction. I'm okay with that.
Or even if we ask a question and you knew the answer to it. If I asked a question and then Kelly went, that's a ridiculous question, Amanda. Why are you asking me that? And you're like, actually, I do know the answer to that ridiculous question. Please let us know.
Send it on up. But yeah, we can do a whole listener episode if you guys. We have gotten requests from several different people about that. So
yeah, absolutely, positively.
I think that's all for me, Amanda.
All right.
Have an excellent holiday season, folks. As we move into that time,
stay warm. Hold your loved ones close. If you don't have any loved ones, hold yourself close. We'll be your loved ones. The bugs are your loved ones. You always have bugs. The bugs are always nearby. And the bugs love you. Goodbye. Bugs Need Heroes was created by Derek Conrad and Kelly Zimmerman. Hosted by Amanda Niday and Kelly Zimmerman. Bugs Need Heroes is produced and edited by Derek Conrad, with some assistance from Chelsea Bodden and a few cats. Character art is by Amanda Niday. Our music is Ladybug Castle by Roll Music. Got a bug question? Email us at bugsneedheroes@gmail.com. Check us out at bugsneedheroes.com, and most of the socials are under Bugs Need Heroes. Thanks for stopping by.
My best friend the wolf spider is covered in seti.